Morning. Thank you for being here today for our press conference on drunk and distracted driving. I'm Councilman Mark Cuthbertson, and I'm joined today by Supervisor Chad Lupinacci, Councilwoman Joan Sergel, Councilman Ed Smith, Inspector William Scrima from the 2nd Precinct, Issei Fuentes, who is a program specialist at Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Bill Holden, whose wife Karen Holden was tragically killed by a drunk driver, Lisa Anderson, who's a cousin of Karen and heads up Keys for Karen, an initiative, and their cousin Jackie, who's across the street, not able to come across, but here certainly physically and in spirit, and John Zier from Gershow Recycling, who were kind enough to donate the car that is behind us that we'll speak about in a minute. I want to thank all of you for coming. Today we're here to remind everyone about the dangers of drunk and distracted driving. This is the season where people go to parties, everyone is merry, they're getting together with their friends. It's a great time, but people lose their inhibitions and unfortunately all too often get behind the wheel of a car. That's what makes this the most dangerous time of year to be on the road. Last year, a staggering 10,500 people were killed in drunk driving crashes. That's 29 people killed a day, or someone was killed every 50 minutes. The sad truth is, every one of these deaths was 100% preventable. The car behind me is a sobering reminder of what can happen when we drink, drunk or distracted. People die. It tears families and lives apart forever. We need to be a part of changing the statistics. The Town of Huntington has partnered with the Mothers Against Drunk Driving to promote their public awareness campaign, Tie One On for Safety. So here's a great way in the holidays to tie one on for safety. Tie this ribbon onto your car door handle or your keychain or anywhere that it will be visible as a reminder that if you've been drinking, please don't drive. If you know that you're going to be drinking, make a plan. Designate a driver. Our young people nowadays are so good at that. Schedule a car service. Make arrangements to stay put or stay off the road. If you see someone at a party who shouldn't be driving, say something. Don't let them get behind the wheel. We have tragic reminders all around us, including a very high-profile trial in Riverhead that reminds us what happens when friends allow someone to get on the road. Let's make this a safe holiday season for everyone, and we can start by tying one on for safety. Ribbons are available. They can be picked up at Huntington Town Hall, or you can call us at 631-351-3112, and we will get one to you. Thank you all for coming today. I want to thank Gershow Recycling again for providing us with this car, which they did last year, and our Town of Huntington General Services and its director, Andre Sorrentino, for their help in setting up this display. With that, let me hand it over to Supervisor Lupinacci.
Good morning, and thank you, Councilman Cuthbertson, to Gershow Recycling, to the Holden family, and to Mothers Against Drunk Driving for coordinating this life-saving initiative. Just want to thank Gershow again for donating a wrecked vehicle, as they do every year, and to help remind people in the town that the dangers of driving under the influence, and of course what distracted driving can do too. And of course the Mothers Against Drunk Driving for your ongoing service to our community and educating the public on the preventable tragedies that have claimed so many lives. We always want to remind people during the holiday season, drive safely, and if you cannot, there's so many alternatives that can occur today with ride-sharing programs and taxi cabs and downloading the app so you could just take one if you think you can't drive. Lastly, it's so important to remain alert for other unsafe drivers on the road, because while we cannot control what other drivers do, we can control how we react to what is happening around us. So please be vigilant and prepared on the road. Every day, approximately 29 people in the United States lose their lives in a drunk driving related collision. Let's eradicate that number. Let's bring it down to zero this holiday season and let it begin right here in the town of Huntington. Thank you very much.
Next, we'll hear from Councilwoman Joan Sertle.
Yes, there's not too much I could possibly add to what my colleagues have said. Just another thank you to the Holden family, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Gershow Recycling. I hope that this sober reminder here of what happens when you get into a car after you have been drinking remains not just for this holiday season, but all throughout the year. And also that as you're shopping and you're distracted and we're all rushing around during the holidays trying to get everything done, that you remember that it's important to stay very focused on what's happening on the road around you. Even if you're paying attention, some others may not be. So please have a wonderful holiday season, stay safe, and thank you for sharing this information.
It's Councilman Ed Smith.
Thank you, Councilman Cuthbertson, for putting this together. It's an important event. I'd like to take a moment to remind the bars and restaurants and catering halls that this is a good opportunity this time of year to take a minute to remind your servers of what they should be looking for when they're serving their patrons, looking for signs of visible intoxication, and when it is time to cut somebody off, and certainly to make sure that they have a ride home if they've already been served too much. Anyway, have a happy, healthy, and safe holiday season and a healthy new year. Thank you very much.
The representative from Gershow Recycling, John Zaire.
On behalf of Gershow Recycling, Kevin, Elliot, and Sam Gershowitz, thank you for the opportunity to participate in this event. In a given year, there are literally thousands of vehicles that come into Gershow Recycling like this one. Many of them have been in serious and, in some cases, fatal accidents. Gershow makes a practice to donate vehicles such as this to community organizations, especially student organizations such as Students Against Drunk Driving, and we're just happy to be able to participate in this. And I want to thank the town for engaging in this public awareness effort, as well as Mothers Against Driving. Thank you.
Lastly, we're going to hear our police are on the front lines. They see, unfortunately, on a week-to-week basis, the tragic results of drunk driving and what it means. So with that said, we're so pleased to be joined by Inspector William Scrimmer from the 2nd Precinct.
Good morning. My thanks to Mr. Cuthbertson and the rest of the town members for putting this together, and of course Mothers Against Drunk Driving. It is a very important topic, especially around this time of year. In the county and in this town, year to date, 30% of our serious and fatal accidents have some form of drugs or alcohol involved. If you add speeding to that, which often go together, that's up to 60% of our fatal and serious accidents. So it's a very important topic. And another thing to keep in mind, I think, is that during the holidays, especially during the holidays, pedestrians and cyclists are also under the influence at times. So in addition to other operators, I think everybody who's driving in the area or in any area should be aware that the other operators of vehicles, cyclists, and pedestrians can be unpredictable. So everyone needs to take care at all times when driving. And as always, if you have been drinking and you can't get a family member or a friend to come pick you up, please take a car service. It could save a life. Thanks again. Have a great holiday.
And anyone else, would you like to say a word, or anyone else? No? Okay. Okay, well, we want to thank everyone for coming. We appreciate it, and a happy and safe holiday season.